Hello Virgo, welcome to your love reading. This is a general love reading for Valentine's season, so take what resonates and leave the rest. The first card out is the Ace of Pentacles reversed, and right away this suggests that something new either fully didn't begin the way it was supposed to, or it began without the solid foundation you were hoping for. This can feel like a missed opportunity, a delayed offer, or a connection that had potential but never quite grounded itself. There may have been talk about building something stable, but the follow-through hasn't matched the promise. It's not necessarily over, but it doesn't feel secure yet. Then the Lovers comes in upright, and this adds emotional intensity to the situation. This isn't casual energy, there's real attraction here, and possibly a meaningful bond. The Lovers also speaks to choice though, and that's important. It suggests that this connection feels significant enough that you can't just ignore it or treat it lightly. There's a pull here, and that pull makes the lack of stability from the first card more noticeable. When something feels this strong, you want it to be real and grounded. The Devil upright follows, and this is where the tone shifts. The connection may feel magnetic, even addictive, but there's also something binding about it. This can show attachment, unhealthy patterns, or dynamics that are hard to break even if you know they're not ideal. When you look at it alongside the Lovers, it suggests that the emotional bond is powerful, but power doesn't automatically equal health. There may be cycles repeating, temptations overriding logic, or a fear of letting go keeping things stuck. Next is the Knight of Wands upright, which adds even more intensity. This energy is passionate, impulsive, and exciting. It can represent someone who moves quickly, makes bold gestures, and brings strong chemistry into the picture. The problem here is consistency. When you place this next to the Devil, it can look like a connection driven by desire and adrenaline rather than long-term planning. It feels good in the moment, but you may question whether it's sustainable. The Hermit reverse suggests that reflection hasn't fully happened yet, or that someone is avoiding deeper introspection. Instead of stepping back to evaluate whether this dynamic is healthy, there may be a tendency to stay engaged in it because it feels easier than sitting alone with uncomfortable truths. This could apply to you or the other person. Either way, there's a sense that true clarity is being postponed. The Two of Pentacles upright shows juggling. There may be uncertainty about whether to continue investing in this connection or shift your focus elsewhere. It can also represent trying to balance emotional desire with practical reality. You may be asking yourself whether this relationship fits into your life long term, or whether it constantly disrupts your stability. There's effort being made to keep things afloat, but it takes ongoing adjustment. Then the Ace of Cups reversed appears, and this is significant. While there may be passion and attachment, emotional fulfillment feels blocked. Something isn't flowing the way love should. There may be hesitation to fully open your heart, or disappointment that the emotional depth you'd hoped for hasn't materialized. When this card shows up after the Devil and Knight of Wands, it suggests that chemistry might be overshadowing genuine emotional nourishment. Finally, the Page of Swords reversed brings attention to communication and perception. There may be misunderstandings, assumptions, or indirect communication happening. Someone might be watching more than they're speaking, or overanalyzing instead of addressing concerns directly. When honest conversations don't happen, tension tends to build quietly. Looking at the entire spread, there's a clear story. A connection with strong potential never fully grounded itself. Emotional intensity grew, attachment formed, passion kept things moving, but deeper reflection and honest communication haven't fully taken place. The result is a dynamic that feels powerful, yet unstable. Valentine's season brings awareness to this imbalance. It highlights the difference between desire and emotional safety. It encourages you to ask whether what you're experiencing truly supports your long-term happiness or simply keeps you emotionally occupied. There's nothing wrong with passion, and there's nothing wrong with strong attraction, but without stability and open communication, those elements alone can't sustain something meaningful. The opportunity here is to slow down, reflect honestly, and decide whether this connection can evolve into something healthier or whether it's repeating a familiar pattern. The most important theme is alignment. If the intensity matches emotional security and mutual effort, this can grow. If it doesn't, the imbalance will become more obvious over time. The choice isn't about cutting something off impulsively, it's about deciding whether it genuinely adds to your life or is quietly draining it. So that's all I'm getting for Virgo. If this resonated with you, please let me know in the comments, and of course, like and subscribe. See you next time.